Nicholson Electroplating. The final DLC case.
Any news from Jack? There's a statewide APB out on.
Jack's okay. He has something up his sleeve. He's not worried about being caught.
How do we help?
We go after the other side of the equation. Jack has a legion and its cronies running scared. We go after the doctor and some of the other guys.
With the whole department breathing down our necks.
It's time for action, Herschel. It's time for change. Jack's crossed the Rubicon, and we have to be on the other side ready to help.
Christ, what was that?
Explosion. Something big.
That explosion doesn't look great.
You think those Rusky sons of bitches that dropped the H-bomb on us?
Calm down, Herschel. We need to be ready for the call.
I'm not waiting for an invitation. Get in the car and head for the cloud. KGPL can give us the details on the way.
It's time for action. It's time to go after those suburban redevelopment motherfuckers. It's time for downloadable content that's not related to that whatsoever. Oh shit! Alright, so World War III has now started. No, not really. Did you know that World War III did not start in 1947 Los Angeles? Absolutely fireproof! Well, it's still standing, so I suppose it lived up.
We have looters around the corner. Cuff them or put them down. We need to get this area under control.
Shoot at cops, you little prick! Get that bastard cold!
I love Herschel. Alright, just in that sequence immediately. They can run away a lot further than that, but they shot at us, so I don't feel too bad about it.
Let's go. Jesus. I'd never seen nothing like this.
I wish I could say the same. It's like a bomb's gone off. Jesus Christ.
You don't say.
Poor people.
We gotta find out what went down.
There goes this entire DLC's budget.
What in God's name happened?
What's up, Pinkard?
Wasn't nuclear. If it was, we'd all be dead from the radiation.
That's reassuring. What's radiation?
Everyone inside the factory was vaporized. Look at the size of that crater.
What's going on over there?
The mayor is going on television, appealing for calm.
Television? Who can afford one of those things?
Anything to go on?
You're looking at the remains of Nicholson Electroplating. I have an idea of what might have caused the explosion, but I'm only guessing. Have a look around the rubble, see if you come up with anything.
Have a look around the rubble. Do the thing you usually do where you find evidence.
Upside down.
I don't feel like we can control this shit.
Jobs.
This location is enormous, so let's just spin that intuition point. There's a lot of stuff here, and it's really hard to discern like what matters versus what's trash considering how much is on the floor.
That's it, Mr. Mayor. We're wrapped. Well, good. Thank you very much, son. I think it went okay. Couple of pickups, sir, but that's to be expected. Nobody's ever done this before. Get better with practice.
Let's see, we had a torn shirt collar from
Looks like all
Superior
that's left.
Laundry.
Try the laundry tag.
No, Mr. Mayor, you came across as very resolute.
Come on, Herschel.
Detective,
Get out of my way,
you seen
box.
this yet? Come take a look.
Got a locker.
Blew the locker open, but shielded the contents. Let's see what we got in here.
We got some crazy shit is what we got. Let's take a look at this thing. It's a camera. Espionage.
OSS agents use these things. We'll need to get the film developed to see if there's an espionage angle. Any ideas, Herschel?
None that I care to utter for public consumption.
What does that mean? Kind of looks like an earring or an ornament or something. Just keep that for safekeeping.
Tomoko Akamoto. Japanese name.
Alright, let's get into the nitty gritty.
What is it?
Some
Substitution
bullshit.
cipher.
The Germans used them in the war. These are cipher rings.
You know what to do with them?
Maybe. They used them in OCS.
Oh man, I need to remember how to fucking do this.
First letter to
So-
the cipher key.
Look at this fucking
rest of the
like
message
back of a
can lie
comic
itself.
book bullshit we're about to do. Alright, so first you gotta move the outer ring. Oh god, this is so confusing. I've completely forgotten how to do this. Okay, you can just zoom in on the newspaper. Not that it isn't perfectly legible already. There we go. Alright, so now I just have to spell it out. K S B Q. Oops. Oh no, that's an O. I should put my glasses on. That's probably gonna spell Vermont. Oops. L. Back to K. Also, this feels like it would not be very good, like, spy work. In the sense that, like, this kind of feels like the equivalent of leaving, like, a sticky pad on your monitor with your fucking password. Oops, B. There we go.
It's an address. 133 North Vermont Avenue.
Is there anything I didn't look at in here? I don't think so. Alright, we got one more thing. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, look at that lovely arm. Can't pick that up, but that's just an arm. What is that? I'm trying to look at the logo on that barrel. Alright, Cole, let's go. Use your sprinting powers. We got one thing over here, I think.
Hey, detective! I think I got something here.
Any idea what this is?
Very
Obviously,
large
it's part of a flying
Flight
saucer.
helmet? How would I know, Phelps?
Looks to me like some kind of machine component. An airplane part, maybe.
P&W Wasp Major R4360. We don't have a whole lot to go on here. But we'll solve the crime regardless. Alright, Herschel, let's get out of here. Actually, I think there's someone I have to talk to. Probably by wherever Pinkard is, maybe. Who's this guy?
I'm Fred Nicholson.
This is your place?
What's left of it? 32 years of work up in smoke.
Yeah, who cares about all those people who died, though?
Can you tell us what happened here?
Our chief chemist, Harold McClellan, was using this area to test the new process.
And what exactly is this new process?
That's classified information, son.
Well, it doesn't look like it works.
A lot of people died here, Mr. Nicholson. I'm prepared to go to the press and tell them it was your fault. What is the new process?
A way to chemically polish aluminum. It's traditionally done by hand. It's extremely labor intensive. The process could be worth millions.
Who is Tomoko Akamoto?
Dr. McClellan's personal assistant. She came highly recommended.
See, why do you look like you have your doubts about her? Like, we should have our doubts about her. We found her briefcase full of espionage shit. But it's like, I never trusted her.
Akamoto was involved in industrial espionage. Was she working for you or for a foreign government?
That's a ridiculous assertion. How can you possibly say she was a spy?
I get it now. The implication that Cole's suggesting is that maybe her espionage history is not so much spying on this company, but having this company spy on some other company.
How many of your other employees carry spy cameras in their handbags?
Jesus, Mary and Joseph, she was selling me out.
If she wasn't a foreign spy, who could she have been working for?
There could be other plating companies, but the big customers for the process are the aircraft manufacturers. Lockheed, Boeing, Hughes, North American.
Okay, so she probably wasn't spying on behalf of this company.
What can you tell us about McClellan?
A brilliant chemist. He approached me a few months ago with the idea for the new process.
So no one has ever done this before?
No, but it's legitimate research.
It's totally legitimate, except for that part where it blew up and everyone died.
So you thought McClellan could do what no one else could do. You were prepared to take that risk.
Look, he was a trained chemist, and his ideas could revolutionize electroplating.
And you would be rich.
I'm a businessman. What's wrong with turning a buck?
You blew up 6 blocks! And God knows how many people are dead.
I regret that.
That's laudable.
We'll be in touch, Mr. Nicholson. Can you send us Dr. McClellan and Miss Akamoto's personnel files?
I will if I can find them.
By the way, we also found the collar of a shirt. It has a laundry tag.
They're likely to be Dr. McClellan. The majority of people who worked here don't use a laundry service.
We don't pay them well enough. Alright, Herschel. I actually need to jump into your car and drive somewhere right now. Actually, don't worry about location just yet. So I need to find a address for Tamako Akamoto. And I need to call it in, and I remember that
Think McClellan went up in smoke? Or is he still alive?
You could ask the same question about Tamako Akamoto.
I guess you could. You got an answer?
Not yet. I'm working on it.
There we go. What I was saying is I remember that you have to call in to get that address, but of course, because of the fucking explosion, it's not like there are any phones in the direct vicinity of that place.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247.
Or maybe this is for the laundry.
How can I help, Detective?
Can you speak to someone at the Army Air Force Base for me, please?
Of course, Detective.
Tell them I have what I believe is an aircraft part. It's polished metal, light for its size. It looks like a cone of some sort. It's stamped on the inside. P&W Wasp Major R4360.
I'll get back to you, Detective, when you check in for messages. Anything else?
I need an address for Superior Laundry Services.
Closest store to your location is in Wilshire, 4766 Melrose Avenue.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. Let me look at locations. Did I not notice that Tamako Akamoto's like... Oh, I wonder if her address is the deciphered address. Maybe it is. I don't know. I kind of figured that we'd be like, we need to find out where this girl lives. But whatever. Alright, move over, Herschel. You're driving.
You can drive.
See where this takes us. I think this is her apartment. Yeah, it did take us to her apartment.
Well, well. Why the cloak and dagger routine, Miss Akamoto?
That's a good question. Why is her own address... You know, why is that the thing that's hidden in the cipher? Well, this looks friendly. That's apartment number 1, alright. This doesn't look like a crime scene at all.
Trying to turn the place over. Better watch
Not
your
at
step.
all. Yeah, don't step
You
on
think
this
I could
body
fit
I
in
just
there?
found.
I couldn't fit in there.
I'd like to think you would have had something more to say about getting shoved in a fridge, Herschel.
Well, you can't say much after you get shot in the head. Alright. Looking very well, Miss Akamoto.
Could be a class ring.
Got a watch. Is that interesting? It is.
Very expensive watch. Favored by flyboys. I always wanted one as a kid.
That's funny. As a kid, all I wanted was some food on the table.
Damn, way to shut Cole up, Herschel. Oops, not what I wanted. Oh God, for the love of God. I'm trying to get up in his face. Come on, Cole. There we go. Get a little frost there on you, buddy.
The heart. Point blank.
John Doe. Look at this shiny thing right in front of the fireplace. Retired
this is big.
police.
Sure. That apartment gives you one of those when you retire.
That's a lot of blood, yo. Well, that makes it really obvious. That sink is really well lit. Oh, or not.
Looks like we have a match.
Look at this espionage shit.
Sakamoto. What is it exactly?
Microfilm. A document shrunk to the size of your thumbnail.
Rod must have amazing eyesight.
That's not how it works, Herschel. Oh, I must have gotten a trophy or something for the game to save.
Biggs, edge 525. I'll need a couple of black and whites at 133 North Vermont Avenue, Wilshire. We'll need an ambulance in the corner. And probably a team from technical services as well.
Thanks for that, Herschel. I usually have to always fucking do shit like that. Especially with Roy. Alright, let's go. We'll just leave the door open. I'm sure he'll be fine. He's not going anywhere. No need to secure the scene.
Can you drive to this one?
Fine. Where are we headed?
Get our laundry done. What the? What is happening? Okay. That was weird. I've never seen Cole, like, stop and wait for his partner to get in. That freaked me out a little bit. For a second there, I thought Cole bugged out and I was going to have to do it over. Speaking of bugs, this game got a patch recently. Another one. Don't know what it did. Maybe it fixed the fucking, the sound that those trolley cars make that you can always hear, like, when you're inside buildings. We've been here before.
What do you need?
We've talked, we spoke to this gentleman
Phelps and
once.
Biggs, LAPD. We have one of your laundry tags. Can you tell us who it might belong to?
Are you kidding? I got work to do, Mac. Here's the customer book. Knock yourself out.
Okay, stereotype.
Number was, J2620, Cole.
For Oscar Hangstrom.
Who is Hangstrom?
Could be someone else from the factory. Does he have an address?
Nope.
No.
Pickup.
Dead end. Thank you for all your help, sir.
You tell him, Cole. Alright, you can make the call in here, but this fucking location's really loud thanks to all the washing machines. So I'm gonna go across the street. I know from experience that the mixing's all messed up if you try to make the call there. Look at those textures load in on this police box.
Detective Phelps, badge 1247. Messages, please.
You need to call Ray Pinker urgently.
Can you put me through?
It's ringing now.
We're on our way in.
Nix that. I got a message from Lindbergh Field. An airplane tech there identified your part.
What is it?
He said it was a prop spinner from either a Corsair or a B-50.
A what?
Fits over the center of the propeller and protects the pitch gearing.
So it's a military part.
Could be, but get this. The Spruce Goose runs 8 Wasp R-4360s. I think you better get over there and check it out.
The Spruce Goose.
We're on it.
Spruce Goose is like a famous
I need an address
aircraft.
for an Oscar Hangstrom.
Checking. No residential listing for anyone by that name, Detective. Sorry.
That was really fast.
Thanks for your help.
Kind of shatters the illusion that this is 1947. That should not have gone by that fast. Shut up, we're the cops.
You're behind the wheel.
All right. Where to?
To see the Spruce Goose. I don't know a whole lot about it. In fact, I'd never heard of it before I first played LA Noire. But it apparently was like a really big famous plane back in the day. I take it never crashed anywhere. Therefore, its fame did not like last the decades later. Unlike everything else.
This is a military project, gentlemen. Can you state your business?
Detectives, Phelps and Biggs, LAPD. We're investigating the explosion. We have reason to believe there may be a link to Hughes' aircraft.
I'm sorry, I can't help you there, Detective. Without authorization from military HQ, you won't be allowed onto this facility.
What seems to be the problem, gentlemen? Hey, Biggs. You're not still with the LAPD.
Afraid so, mates. Can you help us out here?
Sure. What seems to be the problem?
We're working the big explosion at the electroplating plant. We found a part there that belongs to one of your planes.
I work head of security for Mr. Hughes now. I'll take full responsibility. I'm sure we can clear this up. Follow me. It's the big hangar. You can't miss it.
Alright, follow him in his much nicer car.
What's his connection to Howard Hughes?
Vernon Mapes used to work Advice. Word is he runs fuck beds for Hughes' starlets.
A pimp. Earl and Mapes would seem.
Mapes was the role model for creeps like Earl.
Great. Way to set him up as a huge asshole immediately.
Follow me.
Follow me. I trained that guy who ratted you out and is a huge douchebag.
Good day, miss.
Why are you being so, like, fucking catty, Cole? That woman didn't do anything to you. You look like my wife, and my wife threw me out. Urgh.
Can that thing really fly?
Mr. Hughes believes so. Amazing, isn't she?
Oh.
I have no idea if it actually
Jesus
flew.
Christ, Biggs, you want to get me fired? Mr. Hughes hates that fucking name. It's the H-4 Hercules to you.
You mind answering a few questions, Mr. Mapes?
Call me Vernon, kid. Fire away.
Do you know anything about the explosion that happened at Nicholson Electroplating this morning?
No more than anyone else. Heard the boom while I was shaving. Almost shit my pants. Thought it was Pearl all over again.
I guess you do know something.
But you had no personal contact with any of the employees. And you have no idea what caused the explosion.
I'm in security. I handle Mr. Hughes' personal interests, if you get my meaning. I'm not directly involved in manufacturing.
Do you know Tomoko Akamoto?
Never heard of the broad. Why?
You don't happen to wear an LAPD tie pin, do you, Mapes?
Sometimes. I have a couple of them from my days on the force.
God, fuck this guy.
Do you know the chief chemist at Nicholson Electroplating, a Harold McClellan?
I've heard of the guy. He was pitching some fancy process to the company.
We know that you were sending parts to Nicholson for testing. Question is whether you were going through Nicholson or cutting your own deal with McClellan.
Interesting theory, kid. How you gonna prove any of that?
Well, we found that prop spinner.
We found a prop spinner in the wreckage. We believe it belongs to this aircraft.
We sent them some aluminum parts to test. Howard and the Boffins were interested in this guy McClellan's theories. McClellan was cutting out Nicholson. That's not our problem.
Thanks for your help, Mr. Mapes. Do you mind if we have a look around while we're here?
Sure. Knock yourself out.
Sure. Feel free to use your intuition point. Let's use it again. Because this is once again an enormous scene. Like, this is probably the biggest one. Look how fucking big this hangar is. Alright, let me just poke around in your office, Mapes. It's like looking into a fucking time machine to see what Earl's gonna be like in the future. What do we got? Ooh. Ooh la la.
That is Marie the Body McDonald.
Does Hughes have her on contract to RKO?
Yeah, I bet he does.
Don't know if that's a real person. Unknown address. Something 2nd Street. Is there other stuff in his office? There's a photo. I assume this is him with Hughes. On the right. Hughes is probably like a real figure that I just don't know. Also, that thing's texture is really low res. That thing behind it, the base of that clock. A gun! That's not a big deal. The guy's head of security. Of course he has a gun lying around. I mean, he should properly store it, but it's not that big a deal. I'm gonna run down your stairs. Whee! Let's see what we got over here. This guy's working on engines.
Is that a Pratt & Whitney 4360?
Sure is. You know your motors.
Do you mind if I take a look at the prop spinner?
We're getting her ready for sea trials, so be quick about it.
Cole learned about it like 30 minutes ago. Grody.
What is the oily covering on the metal?
We coat the aluminum parts in linseed oil to preserve it from oxidization.
Standard stuff. Or so I think. What's this guy hammering? Just hammer that metal away, sir. Alright, let's go over here. You could totally walk on top of this thing, by the way. And it's super pointless. There's nothing up there. But you can do it if you want. We are not looking to go on top. We're looking to go inside of it, though. Through the nose of all things. Wait. There's stuff here. These barrels. Yeah, this is one of the barrels that we saw in the explosion. I knew I recognized it. Alcott's linseed oil.
Cullen's process was going to replace all this.
So that's the connection there. What do we got? Oh, you know what? That magnifying glass is above me. It's not down here.
Great.
You got coordinates.
24 degrees, 15 minutes north. Longitude, 76 degrees, 0 minutes west.
Now we can check it out here. If I can get Cole to sit down at it. Oh my god, he's bugging out. Oh, he did it. Way to go, Cole.
76 degrees west. 24 degrees, 15 minutes north.
How you guys doing today? Messing around with this old technology.
76 degrees west. Let's see where this is exactly.
The Bahamas.
Bahamas? Somebody's already got their maiden flight planned.
Let's see what Pinker has for us. He's probably done tinkering with that camera.
Alright, let's go talk to Pinker. Return to the Wilshire station. But first...
Thanks for the tour, Mapes.
Always happy to help the department. Hey, don't I know your face from the papers? You're the cop that's stripping that German broad.
Nah, I think you got the wrong guy, Vernon.
Aw, Herschel. Herschel, best girl. I'll fucking take his car. Fuck this guy.
How are we gonna look getting around in this thing, Cole?
Way better than your stupid green car.
So McClellan was selling his new process to Hughes and cutting out Nicholson.
Looks that way. This would never go all the way up to Hughes. We would have middlemen deal with stuff like this.
Fuck you guys. Herschel just going, no!
Word middleman was invented for guys like Mapes.
Don't know why it took me so long to realize I couldn't go through there. I wonder why. It's almost like there's a big explosion or something. Actually, I don't know if that's related. That might not be. Also, this guy's car actually kicks ass, which is one of the reasons why I took it. It's actually like a really comfortable, fast, easy to control car.
They're fine. They've got their mother and they've got each other.
What about you?
What about me?
What have you got?
A friend of mine is helping me through it.
That's one way to describe Elsa. Herschel's helping us through it. Herschel's pretty good. A lot better off than we were with Roy. Cutting through this parking lot. Oh, I fucking hate it when people do that in real life. It makes me so mad.
I may as well ask you.
Ask me what?
The Black Dahlia. Who was it that killed that poor girl?
No official charges have been pressed in the case.
I know that. I'm not looking for the official version.
I made a promise to the department.
These are the guys who soldiered down the river.
He has a point. The answer is it was some politician's crazy half-brother? Is that what it was? Out of my way, I'm Cole Phelps. I stole this car. Now we know how, like, weird of a journey the homicide desk was, though, right? And that it, like, super didn't involve the major plot of this case. Or this game, I mean. Like, it had nothing to do with the morphine. It had nothing to do with Elysian Fields and the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. It's just a side story. Like, the entire homicide desk feels like it's the DLC, in a way. In the same way that, like, all the DLC cases are, like, super not involved with anything. That's how homicide feels. It's just there to be like, have you heard of the Black Dahlia murder? Well, you get to solve it in LA Noire, sort of. And we explained how the true killer was never caught. Oh, I'm gonna miss this game when I'm done with it. It's almost over. Where are we going? I think we're supposed to meet with, oh wait, I can talk to you. The guy who hates me.
Not many you'd want to hear. Newspapers wanting interviews and rookies cussing you out, mostly.
Nothing else.
Pinker wants you in tech services. Maybe you'll be more popular downstairs.
Fuck that guy. But let's find Pinker. Ah, there are the stairs. Thankfully, technical services is always downstairs no matter what station you're at.
Hey, Cole. You're not winning any popularity contests upstairs, you know.
Yeah, I know. What are we waiting for?
I got the jitters again.
Where do you stand?
I think you're a good cop, but I try and stay out of politics.
Everybody tries to stay out of politics, Ray.
Well, don't quote me on it, but I'm hoping that Parker will get the job and clean this place up. I have your photographs. You can use the magnifier. There's quite a lot of detail.
Very funny.
Look at this nerd.
You're right, Ray. We have our man. You take a nice photo, Phelps.
There we go. That's the zoom.
Bringing the Watcher a match for our John Doe. He's obviously the competitive bid. Can you get this over to Lockheed so we can get a name for this guy?
It's already on its way.
Howard Hughes, millionaire, industrialist, aviator, and playboy, and Vernon Mapes, ex-dirty cop and business fixer. I found a similar tie pin along with a dead guy in a fridge.
Well, it's really obvious what happened now. I don't think there's anything else on this photo. Oh yeah, I guess I should tell you that you know that there are clues on these photos by whether or not the controller is vibrating.
Excellent photography, Tomoko. So Tomoko had the goods on McClellan. Too bad they blew the place to hell. Is this McClellan? Can anyone make out the street number behind him?
Are you kidding? With my eyesight?
I got 3941 West 2nd.
Cole, can you help me with a little experiment? Use the eyedropper in front of you. One drop from each of the bottles on the desk. Place the drops in the petri dish.
Fucking look at Ray's face. He's like, oh, this is gonna be great. Put a little bit of that there. Put a little bit of that there.
It's okay, guys. Just a little experiment.
Can you guys knock it off? Everyone's still jumping from that bang this morning.
Very funny, Ray. You just took a couple years off my life expectancy.
Did the same trick to me about an hour ago.
So that was the stuff that caused the explosion.
I think so. Acetic anhydride is almost as explosive as nitro, and when mixed with perchloric acid, it's very unstable. It needs to be cooled constantly. We used linseed oil. You could add any organic compound to trigger an explosion.
3 little drops.
Yeah, and they were using a 100-gallon vat.
Oh, let me first pick up my hat. Look at that. They put it like right in the doorway. There's something else we're supposed to look at though, right? Yeah. There's the micro document.
McClellan's patent application. So we have McClellan raising a patent and selling to Hughes, and Akamoto copying the details for Lockheed. Where does that leave Nicholson?
With a great big hole in the ground.
I think that does it. Get out of my way, Herschel. Don't think there's anything else to look at. Alright, we're gonna have to go to this new mystery address. That's the wrong way. Oh, do we still have that guy's car? We must, right?
I got a call back.
Yeah, awesome.
You drive. I need to go over the case notes.
And where exactly are we going?
Feel really good about stealing this guy's car, now that we know he's totally a murderer. that he knocked off Akamoto as well. Well, no, he did not knock her off. He knocked off the guy Akamoto was spying for, the competitor. And then presumably Akamoto died in the explosion? I don't know. Get our pieces out. Driving up here in a stolen car.
This place stinks of petroleum.
Yeah, it's almost like there's gonna be a big fire.
Gas, if I'm not mistaken. It's all around the floor.
This is like one of the dumbest things in the entire game. Alright, what do we got? Ticket.
Hangstrom is flying today on TWA.
Hangstrom is dead, Cole. Why leave your ticket behind?
Ips is cleaning up. Hangstrom and McClellan are the same man.
That's totally a dev.
The gas, Cole, the gas! We gotta get out of here right now!
So stupid. It's almost as if I knew this was going to happen.
Stone! Shoot the gas line! Get out of here!
Alright, go, 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 go! Ah, fuck, I wanted to jump that like a cool guy. Fuck you, Mapes. He's like, shit.
There you are, shit.
Check this out.
Come on, he's not getting away from us.
So I love the logic here, and it's kind of one of the reasons why I stole his car, is because it makes it look like he drove our car here and then stole his car back. Oh, I fucking lost him. This chase sequence is actually like really hard, and it's bullshit, because it's like super scripted. You can't actually catch him. You're basically chasing him to a location. Holy shit, he almost crashed.
Don't leave me hanging out here, Phelps. Move in!
I'm pretty sure you can't stop him before he gets back to the factory.
Get in close and steer him off the top.
Well, look at that motherfucker. Oh my god, fuck the goddamn AI in this game. For the love of God, I tried. I tried really hard not to hit that guy. Also, that shit affects your score at the end. It's really bullshit. Sometimes it's out of your control.
Smash the son of a bitch's rear wheels.
Alright, now he has help.
You security men, Cole. Stay on mates. Knock them off the road if you have to, but stay on that fucker.
Oh, motherfucker. Well, they ran into the back of that car.
Tires. Wish me luck. Enough games, Phelps. Take this guy out.
I can't, Herschel. I've played this game before, and I know you can't actually catch him. Oh, shit! That car was clipping into our car. Don't worry, she still runs. It's alright. Man, we got a lot of bullet holes on this thing.
Step on it, huh? Get me just a little closer.
Maybe I shouldn't have gone over the grass like he did. Gotta remember that this car doesn't handle nearly as well as that one does. I like how we just passed a car that looked exactly like ours.
Get out of the car slowly. Fire a warning round.
We're gonna have to go through all the security men first. I hope you're ready for a fight,
Aim at
Cole.
the tires.
I hope you're ready for a big dumb shootout, Cole. Hold on, yeah, fuck this. Let's see, we got a machine gun, a shotgun, and a machine gun. Machine gun's way better for this.
He's there, right there. Kill him.
I'm Cole Phelps. My life has been ruined. I got nothing to lose.
Stay down.
Got a lot of bullet holes on me. Also, there's someone coming from behind us. Where the fuck is he?
How long do you think you can hold out?
I got you.
Throw out the guns.
Shit. Are they both behind that fucking truck? They're like right next to each other.
Stay in cover.
Alright, I'm Cole Phelps. I'm full of bullets. Ma'am, that would have been great had she still been there doing her job. Whoops. Wow, this gun really goes. That worked out.
You're surrounded. And your buddies are
You shot my hat off. Oh my god. Like, why the fuck is there like a Gatling gun up there? Whoops, that's not what I wanted.
Give me the...
The guy up on top of there might be Mapes. Come on, buddy. Oh, he's gonna blind fire at me. What an asshole. Alright, let's just hide out of here for a second. Wait for that health to come back, Call of Duty style. See, you try to shoot me from here. Okay, I've never done this before. You can kill him from afar, but I want to come up here and do it personally. Where the fuck is he? Oh, he's above? Okay, is there like a fucking ladder or something? There has to be a way to get up there, right? Oh my god, is there not? I check the side of the building. Like, I want to make this personal. I want to, like, get up right in his face and, like, blow him away. Okay, I guess not. If there is, I've never seen it before. There must be, like, a way to get up there, but fuck it. Doing that's a lot easier. Maybe there is, I don't know. Maybe there is a way in the office I didn't recognize.
You're gonna have to explain this to me again. So the guy at the chemical plant, he's planning on selling his magic formula to another company and skipping town with his assistant, but he blows himself up before he can manage it. So why the dead body in the refrigerator?
Mapes, Captain. He was eliminating all competitors for the process. When it went bang, he burnt down the apartment to remove all connection between Hughes and the plant.
Mapes, right. I remember Vernon Mapes. The guy had good, honest cops hanging their heads in shame. Glad he's finally out of commission. I don't know if it'll do you any good, Phelps, but between the spruce goose and half the city exploding, you might just have made the case of the decade.
If you think that's good, just wait till you see how this suburban redevelopment shit ends. Hey, 5 stars. McKellen and Akamoto might never be heard from again, but neither will Vernon Mapes. That's a pretty good one. Alternate case notes. Completing Pinker's chemical experiment might have added more weight to the case file. Oh my god, they have a fucking unique one. Just if you don't, for not seeing Pinker's stupid prank on Cole. Proving he knew the intrigues of his own plant would have made the case against Nicholson. So that's if you mess up the first interrogation. And some trivia. Chief William Worrell can be seen in the Nicholson Electroplating plant. He seems to wonder why Cole has not been suspended, although he has been in arson for a while. That's weird. In the cutscene where Ray asks you to help with his experiment, Malcolm Carruthers can be seen in the background walking into the lab and quickly hiding behind a counter, since Ray pulled the same trick on him earlier. Be careful during the car chase. You could find all the clues and answer every question correctly, but causing too much damage could cost you a 5-star rating. You can free roam with guns in this case. After chasing Mapes back to the Hughes aircraft hangar, a short cutscene ensues. When it's finished, free to leave the area and go anywhere in the game with your weapons, without risk of failing the mission. During the trailer, McKelty shouts at Phelps and begs inside the hangar, suggesting that there's an alternate ending. However, no evidence of it can be found in game, so it seems it was scrapped. Okay, so that's weird. So McKelty's our chief, right? So apparently that last conversation with him can go kind of poorly. If you go past the suitcase clue at the explosion site, there's a Bible and body parts next to it. An arm can be examined. Oh, that's right. We did see the arm. I didn't see the Bible. The case is loosely based on the real-life 1947 explosion of O'Connor Electroplating south of downtown Los Angeles, which was caused by a pure chloric acid reaction. Information about the real case and the scene as it appears today on the 1947... Oh, it's just links. So you can read more about that from the LA Noire wiki. The mayor of Los Angeles and the chief of police are both featured in the case. They can be seen at the Nicholson Electroplating plant. Remains at the start of the case. God, this wiki needs a lot of editing. The television crew seen at the plant contains numerous historical inaccuracies and oversights by the developers. The call letters printed on the van, W4XYZ, were assigned to an experimental television station in Hollywood that was licensed in 1939 and signed on in 1942. But in January 1947, W4XYZ became the first non-experimental station west of the Mississippi and changed its call sign to KTLA, which it still uses today. The camera has a nameplate reading WRC-TV Channel 4, which are the call letters and channel position for the NBC affiliate in Washington, D.C. WRC wasn't known as WRC until 1954. It signed on as experimental station W3XNB and received the calls WNBW in June 1947 during the period that LA Noire takes place. This is likely an oversight by the developers, and there is no reason for a small local station from the East Coast to be in Los Angeles. Like many things in LA Noire, the television station's van and camera signage were sourced from real life. There seems to be historical inaccuracy with one of Biggs' statements at the beginning of the case. After the explosion of the plant, Biggs states, "Do you think those rusky sons of bitches dropped the H-bomb on us?" LA Noire takes place during 1947, and though the idea of the hydrogen bomb was suggested in 1941, serious development did not occur until the early 1950s, with the first detonation, codenamed Ivy Mike, occurring on November 1st, 1952. However, Ivy Mike was of American origin, not Russian. The first Russian test, codenamed RDS-6 occurred on August 12, 1953. It could be likely that the developers accidentally confused the H-bomb with the A-bomb. However, the first Russian nuclear test did not occur until August 29th, 1949. Yeah, I thought that sentence was a little weird, but, like, because it's like a Cold War throwback in post-World War II setting, it didn't really make sense. This is the only mission in which a NPC possesses one of the hidden cars. The head of security for Hughes Aircraft, Vernon Mapes, has a Tucker torpedo, which you can take after investigating the hangar. Oh, I didn't realize I did a good thing by doing that. Coincidentally or not, a Tucker torpedo is also parked in the hidden vehicle garage across the street from the explosion site. As with most destroyed buildings, you can examine the intact building by going back in time and visiting the site free roam. Note that you cannot access the interior area of Nicholson Electroplating until the front of the building is destroyed. Yeah, probably because that model was still in there, of like the destroyed area. This is the only time in the game you get to visit the interior of the Hughes hangar and the Spruce Goose, as both are off limits in free roam. That is true, but I believe the Spruce Goose is seen in like the opening cutscene in like the very introduction of the game, where it's showing like a bunch of famous 1947 LA shit. So it was always planned to be part of the game. Several Nash Deluxe 600 Army cars are parked on the Hughes Aircraft site. This, along with the military training base in Boyle Heights, are the only places where they can be unlocked for the Auto Fanatic achievement. Fortunately, the cars are always parked here, even outside of the mission. The woman in the two photos of Vernon Mapes' Hughes Aircraft office is real-life Hollywood actress Marie McDonald. She is a real person. Although it's not necessary for clue finding or progressing the mission, it's possible to climb the scaffolding and walk along the top of the Spruce Goose. This is the only arson case that doesn't feature a mention of the Suburban Redevelopment Fund. Well, it kinda almost does at the beginning. I mean, we talk about Elysian Fields right before the explosion happens, but whatever. I feel like that should count. Screw you, Wiki. Alright. Well, we've done all the traditional cases in the game. Only two things remain to do. 1. Street crimes for the arson desk, which there are not many of. I think there's like 5. So that's not a whole lot of content right there. So that'll be next. I'm going to have to actually beat the game and then do those street crimes. So I'm going to be recording things out of order a little bit. So we'll do that. I'll talk more about kind of like how I feel about the game's story to like fill out that video and kind of talk about the overall plot and some of its strengths and some of its weaknesses, and talk a little bit about Cole and Jack and whatnot. So we'll spend a little bit of time doing that and cleaning up those last handful of street crimes next time. And then after that, we will get to our finale. We will see how the game ends. See you all in the next one.